Imagine being buried alive, or worse, imagine being cremated alive. This would have been the fate of an elderly woman in Thailand who they say had been sick for quite some time. And just some days ago, her brother, who was looking after her, declared her dead after she refused to wake up and she was unresponsive. And immediately the brother figured out that his sister was dead, he carried her body to the main town in Bangkok to a hospital to donate her organs. Because according to him, when the sister was alive, she expressed interest in donating her organs to that particular hospital when she dies. And so he was just carrying out her last wish. However, when he got to the hospital took a look at the body and asked him for a death certificate. The man could not provide a death certificate, and so the hospital was like, you know what, we cannot do anything to this woman's body unless you present a death certificate. So he, along with the woman's body, was rejected. That was when he took her body to a Buddhist temple for cremation, because at this point, there was not much he could do. He was only trying to carry out her last wish, but the hospital rejected her, and so what was left to do was to cremate her, and so he would move on. He took the woman's body to a Buddhist temple, presented it for cremation. The temple accepted it, even put her on the list in line to be cremated. However, just when they were about to take the body in to get ready for cremation, the Buddhist leader asked for a death certificate also. And again, the man could not provide one. The woman's brother was not so educated to the point where the Buddhist man had to show him what a death certificate looked like. And while they were having that conversation, they started hearing a knock from the coffin where the woman's body was placed. And immediately they raised the lid of the coffin and saw that this woman was still alive, her eyes open and her body moving. And that was when they turned to look at the brother and wondered if he knew his sister was alive or if this was just an expensive mistake. The woman was immediately put in an ambulance and rushed to a hospital for total checkup and intensive care. This story has gone viral all over the internet, and a lot of people have expressed their biggest fear yet, saying that this is a nightmare. For a lot of people, being buried alive is one of their biggest fear. And a lot of people online kept talking on how many people could have been buried alive the same way, or worse, cremated alive the same way. And you know, cremation has to do with burning the body till it turns to ash, till it turns to dust. Imagine if this man had had some form of documentation, and that is how this woman would have been burnt alive even before she died. And I guess this is why it's important for a medical practitioner, a professional, to declare someone dead before their burial is done. Just because somebody is not responding to you doesn't necessarily mean they are dead.